Waitress slipped the CEO a note. "Don't drink it. Leave now." He grabbed her hand and said. The glass was already at his lips. Crystal clear, expensive, perfectly still. Adrian Cole, CEO of Cole International, one of the most powerful men in the country, was just about to take a sip when a soft hand brushed against his wrist. Not hard, not dramatic, just enough. A folded napkin slipped under his fingers. His eyes narrowed. The young waitress standing beside him didn't meet his gaze. Her hands were shaking, her breath uneven, her lips barely moved as she whispered, "Please, don't drink it. And leave, now." His heart skipped. Slowly, carefully, Adrian placed the glass back on the table. The room was loud, laughter, clinking glasses, business deals being toasted, but in that moment, everything went silent. He unfolded the napkin. 3 words were written in hurried ink. "It's poisoned." Adrian looked up sharply. The waitress finally met his eyes. Fear. Real fear, not the kind people fake. Before he could speak, a voice boomed across the room. "Mr. Cole, a toast!" Adrian didn't raise his glass. Instead, he grabbed the waitress's hand and said quietly, "Walk with me." Lena hadn't planned on saving anyone's life that night. She was just trying to survive. The restaurant was high-end, the kind of place where the plates cost more than her weekly rent and the guests wore confidence like perfume. Lena worked double shifts there, smiling, nodding, apologizing, even when her feet ached and her heart felt heavier than usual. She needed the money. Her mother's medicine wasn't cheap, her little brother's school fees were overdue, and rent was 3 days late again. So when her manager told her she'd be serving the private VIP table tonight, she forced a smile and said yes. That's when she saw him, Adrian Cole. Even people who hated billionaires respected that name. Tall, calm, controlled. A man who didn't need to raise his voice to be heard. He sat at the center of the table like the world naturally bent towards him. Lena felt a strange pull, not admiration, unease. It happened by accident. Lena was placing a tray of drinks on the service counter behind the bar when she noticed the bartender pause, just for a second. He glanced around. Then he slipped something, small, colorless, into one glass. Her heart stopped. At first, she told herself she imagined it. People like her didn't imagine conspiracies, they focused on tips. But then the bartender's hand shook, and he pushed the glass forward, toward the VIP section, toward Adrian Cole. Her stomach dropped. She knew that bartender. He was new, quiet, nervous, the kind of nervous that didn't come from pressure, but from guilt. She swallowed. If she was wrong, she'd lose her job. If she was right, someone would die. Lena followed the tray with her eyes as another server picked it up and headed toward the VIP table. Her mind screamed, "Don't do this. Stay out of it. This isn't your problem." But her feet moved anyway. She intercepted the tray. "I'll take that," she said quickly, forcing a smile. The other server shrugged. 1 minute later, Lena stood beside Adrian Cole's table. The glass was in her hand. Her fingers felt numb. She placed it in front of him. He nodded politely, didn't even look up. That's when she knew. If she walked away now, no one would ever know. Her chest tightened. She leaned in, slipped the napkin, whispered the words that changed everything. Adrian didn't ask questions. That alone terrified Lena. Men like him always asked questions, but he stood up calmly, still holding her hand. "Toilet break," he said casually to the table. "I'll be back." No one questioned him. Power never needed explanations. They walked, slowly, normally, toward the hallway. The moment they turned the corner, Adrian's grip tightened. "Who did it?" he asked quietly. Lena shook her head. "I don't know for sure, but I saw something. Please, you need to leave, now." His eyes searched her face. "You're risking your job," he said. "I'm risking more if I stay silent," she replied. Sirens wailed faintly outside. Or maybe it was just her pulse. Adrian released her hand. For a second, he thought he didn't believe her. Then he pulled out his phone. "Security," he said, calmly. "Lock down the bar, quietly." He looked at Lena again. "What's your name?" "Lena." "Well, Lena," he said softly, "you may have just saved my life." She swallowed. "I don't need thanks." "What do you need?" She hesitated, then whispered, "For you to get out of here alive." Adrian nodded, but before he turned away, he paused and said the words Lena would never forget. "Come with me." Lena froze. "Come with me?" she repeated, barely able to believe what she'd heard. Adrian Cole was already walking, his long strides calm and confident, as if the entire building belonged to him. People stepped aside without knowing why. Power did that. It moved air before it moved bodies. "I can't," Lena whispered, hurrying to keep up. "I'll lose my job." Adrian didn't stop. "You might lose more if you stay." They reached the service exit near the kitchen. Two men in dark suits appeared instantly. Security. Adrian spoke in a low voice, his tone controlled but sharp. "No one leaves the bar area, especially the bartender. Quietly." "Yes, sir." Lena's heart pounded so hard she thought they could hear it. "What's happening?" asked Lena. "Someone tried to poison me. That means two things. One, this wasn't random. Two, you're now involved whether you like it or not." The exit door opened. Cold night air rushed in. Lena hesitated at the threshold. "This isn't my world," she said. "I'm just a waitress." Adrian turned to face her. "That glass was meant to kill a man worth billions," he said. "You chose to stop it. That makes you part of my world now." For a moment, Lena saw something behind his calm. Danger, yes, but also respect. She took a step outside. A black sedan waited, engine running. The driver stepped out and nodded. Adrian opened the back door. "Get in." Lena looked back at the restaurant. Bright lights, warm noise, her normal life. Then she looked at Adrian. "What if you're wrong?" she asked quietly. "What if I imagined it?" Adrian met her gaze. "Then I'll apologize, pay you a year's salary, and take you back myself." Her breath caught. "And if I'm right?" His voice lowered. "Then someone wants me dead, and you're the only reason I'm still breathing." Lena slid into the car. The door closed, and just like that, everything changed. The car moved smoothly through the city. No sirens, no rush. Adrian sat across from her, studying her face like a puzzle. "You didn't hesitate," he said finally. "Most people would." "I did hesitate. I was terrified. But you still did it." She looked out the window. "My dad died because someone stayed silent," she said softly. Adrian didn't push. That told her more about him than his billions ever could. Adrian's phone buzzed. He answered. "Confirmed?" "Ugh." "Good. Keep him there." He ended the call and exhaled slowly. The bartender confessed. He was paid. Cash. Anonymous. Lena's chest tightened. So it was real? Yes. She wrapped her arms around herself. "I could have died," she whispered. Adrian's voice softened. "You didn't." The car turned into a gated driveway. Tall glass, clean lines, security everywhere. Lena stared. "This is your house?" "It's my temporary one," Adrian said. "I don't stay anywhere too long." The car stopped. Inside, everything was quiet. Too quiet. Adrian gestured toward a couch. "Sit. You're safe here." Safe. The word felt strange. A woman appeared, elegant, kind-eyed. "I'm Mara," she said. "Medical check?" "I'm fine," Lena insisted. Adrian nodded. "Still, stay close." Mara handed Lena a glass of water. Lena hesitated. Adrian noticed. A small smile touched his lips. Fair. He drank first. Later, after the shock began to fade, Adrian stood by the window, city lights reflecting in the glass. "You can't go back to that restaurant," he said. "I need that job. I'll take care of it." "I don't want charity." He turned and shouted. "Then don't call it that. Call it protection or employment." "Employment?" she echoed. "I need someone I can trust, someone who did the right thing when it mattered." Lena's heart raced. "You don't even know me." "I know enough." Silence stretched. "And if I say no?" she asked. Adrian didn't threaten, didn't push. Then I'll make sure you're safe anyway, because that's on me now. That scared her more than anything. Lena stood. I'll stay, she said quietly. For now. Adrian nodded once. Good. But as he turned away, his phone buzzed again. His expression changed. This wasn't the only attempt, he said. Lena's blood ran cold. What do you mean? Adrian looked at her. I mean, this is just the beginning.
Lena didn't sleep that night. She lay awake on the edge of the guest bed, staring at the ceiling that looked more expensive than her entire apartment. Every soft sound made her jump. Every shadow felt alive. This is just fear, she told herself, but deep down she knew it wasn't. Across the hall, Adrian was awake too. He stood by the window in his private office, city lights flickering below like restless thoughts. Someone had tried to kill him once before. That came with the territory of power. But this time felt different because of her. At dawn, Lena found him in the kitchen. He was already dressed, coffee untouched. You should eat, he said without looking at her. I'm not hungry. He finally turned. Fear does that. She crossed her arms. You said there was another attempt. Yes, her breath caught. When? This morning, 5 minutes ago. Lena's heart slammed. What do you mean? The car that was supposed to take you home, Adrian said calmly. Its brakes were cut. The room tilted. That was meant for me? For anyone close enough to matter, which makes you a target now. Lena grabbed the counter. I never asked for this. Adrian's voice was low. Neither did I. Security footage played on the tablet. Adrian slid toward her. A hooded figure, quick hands, sharp movements. Someone is testing my perimeter, Adrian said. They want to see how close they can get. Lena looked up. Why not just try again? Adrian's jaw tightened, because fear spreads faster than poison. Silence. Why are you still calm? She asked. Because panic kills faster than enemies, and because you're here. She blinked. What does that mean? It means I'm responsible. Later in his office, Adrian laid them out. You don't leave without security. You don't accept food or drinks unless I do first, and you don't tell anyone where you are. Lena frowned. I'm not a prisoner. No, he agreed. You're a witness. Her chest tightened. To what? To the truth, he said, and maybe to something else. She didn't ask. That afternoon, while reviewing footage, Lena noticed something Adrian hadn't. That man, she said, pointing, he walks like the bartender. Adrian leaned closer. Same build, same slight limp. That's not possible, Adrian said. He's in custody. Then he has help, Lena replied. Adrian's eyes sharpened. For the first time, he saw not a frightened waitress, but a woman who paid attention. Hours later, tension heavy in the air, Lena finally broke. Why do you live like this? Always watched, always hunted. Adrian was quiet. Because I chose to win, and winning has enemies. She studied his face. Does it get lonely? He didn't answer right away. Yes, he said finally. That one word hit harder than any confession. That night, a message arrived on Adrian's private line. You missed the drink. You won't miss the next one. Lena's hands shook as she read it. They know, she whispered. Yes, Adrian said, and now we stop reacting. How? He looked at her. By letting them think we don't know. Her eyes widened. You want to use me as bait? No, he said firmly. I want you as my partner. The word hung between them. Partner. Not servant, not employee, not victim. Her heart pounded. I don't know how to do this, she admitted. Adrian stepped closer, but not too close. You already did when you chose to speak. As Lena returned to her room, phone in hand, a notification flashed. Unknown number. You should have stayed silent. Her blood ran cold. Outside her door, security stood alert. Inside her chest, fear, yes, but also something new. Resolve. Lena stared at the phone long after the screen went dark. You should have stayed silent. Her fingers felt cold. They knew her number.
That meant one thing. They were watching me before tonight, she whispered. Adrian stood across the room, his expression unreadable. Yes, he said slowly, and that's what scares me most. She looked up sharply. You think I was chosen? I think, Adrian replied, you were never random. Adrian placed a thin folder on the table. Lena frowned. What's that? Everything we could find on you, he said. Public records only. Her stomach tightened. You investigated me? I had to, he said calmly, for your safety and mine. She hesitated, then opened it. Name, address, old apartment photos. Then, her father's name. Her breath caught. You said he died because someone stayed silent, Adrian said quietly. Tell me how. Lena closed the file. For a long moment, she said nothing. Then, he was a factory supervisor. He discovered contaminated shipments, chemicals being rerouted, poison dumped illegally. Adrian stiffened. He reported it? Yes, Lena nodded, to the wrong people. Her voice trembled. They called it an accident, a gas leak, but we knew. Adrian exhaled slowly. And you learned what silence costs. She nodded. That's why I couldn't walk away. Adrian looked at her with something new in his eyes. Understanding. Adrian turned his laptop toward her. A company logo glowed on the screen. Lena's blood ran cold. That company, she whispered. Yes, Adrian said. They were acquired by one of my subsidiaries 2 years ago. The room felt smaller. You think this is revenge? No, Adrian said. I think it's cleanup. Her heart raced. They want to erase loose ends. And you, he said gently, are one. That's it, Lena said suddenly, standing. I'm leaving. Adrian frowned. That's not safe. This isn't safe either, she shot back. I didn't sign up to be hunted. You already are, he said firmly. Silence snapped between them. Then Adrian's voice softened. I won't force you to stay. She turned. But if you leave, he continued, you'll disappear. New name, new city, no contact. Her eyes widened. That's my life you're talking about. Yes, he said, and I'm trying to save it. Her shoulders sagged. You don't get to decide everything. He stepped closer. I know, he said. That's why I'm asking, not ordering. She searched his face for arrogance, for control. She didn't find it, only concern. That night, Lena couldn't breathe. Panic crawled into her chest, sharp and sudden. She pressed her hand to the wall, sliding down. The door opened. Adrian was there instantly. I can't, she gasped. He didn't touch her, didn't crowd her. Look at me, he said calmly. Breathe with me. Slow, steady. Her breath followed his. When it passed, tears burned her eyes. I hate this, she whispered. I know, he said quietly. For the first time, she leaned into him, just slightly. He hesitated, then rested his hand gently on her shoulder. Nothing more, nothing less. The next morning, Adrian gathered his security team. We moved tonight, the getting too close. Where? Lena asked. A place no one associates with me, Adrian replied. She raised an eyebrow. Do you have such a place? A faint smile touched his lips. One. As Lena packed, her phone buzzed again. Unknown number. You don't belong in his world, and he doesn't know who you really are. Her heart dropped. She showed Adrian. His jaw tightened. They're lying, he said. Are you sure? She whispered. He met her eyes. I'm sure about one thing. They're afraid of you. That scared her more than anything else.
They left after midnight. No sirens, no convoy. Just one unmarked car sliding through the sleeping city like a secret. Lena sat in the back seat, her bag clutched to her chest, watching familiar streets disappear. With every mile, her old life felt farther away. Where are we going? She asked quietly.
Somewhere forgotten, Adrian replied. The road narrowed, trees closed in. Then suddenly, water. A dark, endless lake stretched under moonlight. At its edge stood a modest house. No guards, no cameras, no signs of wealth. "This is it?" Lena asked. "Yes." She stared. "This doesn't look like a billionaire's hideout." "That's the point," Adrian said. Inside, the house smelled like wood and quiet. A fireplace, old books, one framed photo turned face down. "You live here?" she asked. "Sometimes," he said, "when I need to remember who I was before power." She didn't ask more. Later, as rain tapped softly against the windows, they sat across from each other with untouched tea. "You don't trust me fully," Lena said. Adrian didn't deny it. "And you shouldn't. Trust is earned slowly." Her jaw tightened. "I saved your life." "Yes," Adrian said, "and that's why I'm careful. People rarely do that without a reason." The words stung. "Maybe some of us still do the right thing." Silence. Then Adrian spoke. "I'm sorry," he said. "That wasn't fair." She looked up. "I've been betrayed by people I built empires with. It makes me guarded." She nodded. "I understand guarded," she said. "I grew up with it." The storm worsened. Lightning lit the room. Lena stood near the window, arms wrapped around herself. "There's something else," she said suddenly. Adrian turned. "My father didn't just report the factory. He kept copies, files, evidence." Adrian went still. "Where are they?" "I don't know," she admitted, "but someone thinks I do." That changed everything. "That's why they're pushing," Adrian said. "They believe you're the key." "I might be," she whispered. Thunder cracked. Adrian walked to the shelf and turned the framed photo upright. A younger man stood beside a woman and a little girl. "Is that you?" Lena asked softly. "Yes." "Where are they now?" Adrian's voice was quiet. "Gone." Her heart ached. "I'm sorry." He nodded once. "That's why I don't let people close. Loss is expensive." She looked at him. "And yet you let me stay." He met her gaze. "Because I remind you of who I was before I stopped believing in people." Glass shattered. Lena screamed as a bullet tore through the window. Adrian moved instantly, pulling her down, covering her with his body as another shot rang out. "Stay down," he ordered. Her heart thundered. This place wasn't supposed to be known. Adrian grabbed his phone. Compromised. Now. The lights went out. Footsteps crunched outside. Lena's breath came fast. "They found us," she whispered. Adrian looked at her in the dark. "No," he said grimly. "They followed you." Her blood ran cold. They fled through the back door, rain soaking them instantly. An engine roared, shots echoed. Adrian shoved Lena into a hidden vehicle under a tarp. "Drive," he said. "I can't." "Now." She drove blindly down the dirt road as bullets sparked behind them. Her hands shook, but she didn't stop. When they were finally far enough away, she pulled over and broke. "I'm sorry," she sobbed. "This is my fault." Adrian reached for her, then stopped himself. "No," he said firmly. "This is the cost of truth." She looked at him through tears. "What happens now?" Adrian's eyes hardened. "Now," he said, "we stop running." The road stretched empty ahead of them. Rain blurred the windshield, and Lena's hands were still shaking on the steering wheel. Her heart hadn't slowed since the shots. Every sound felt like another attack waiting to happen. Adrian stared out the window, jaw tight, eyes sharp. "They knew exactly where we were," Lena whispered. "That house, you said no one knew." "No one did, until tonight," Adrian replied. She swallowed. "That means they're closer than we thought." "Yes," he said, "and smarter." Adrian gave directions, back roads, unmarked turns, places no map would suggest. Finally, they reached an old industrial district, abandoned warehouses, broken streetlights. "This doesn't look safer," Lena said. "It isn't," Adrian answered, "which makes it perfect." They stopped inside a concrete building hidden behind rusted gates. Inside, lights flickered on. Computers, screens, armed guards. Lena stared. "You said we were done hiding." "We are," Adrian said. "This is where we fight." Adrian gathered a small team. "They're after evidence," he said. "They believe Lena has it or knows where it is." A man asked, "Do we pull her out?" Adrian didn't hesitate. "No." Lena's heart skipped. "She stays," he continued, "because she's the only one they're underestimating." Lena stiffened. "You're using me," she said quietly. Adrian met her gaze. "I'm trusting you," he corrected. "Big difference." Silence. Then Lena straightened her shoulders. "Tell me what to do." Later, alone, Lena paced. "I've been thinking," she said, "about my dad." Adrian looked up. "He used to say something. If you hide the truth, hide it where fear won't look." Adrian's eyes narrowed. "Where didn't your father fear?" Lena stopped. Then, it took hours to reach it. An old stone church on the edge of the city, forgotten, closed for years. Lena walked inside, memories flooding back, dusty pews, broken stained glass. She went straight to the altar, knelt, reached beneath the floorboard, and pulled out a metal box. Her breath shook. "I didn't know it was still here," she whispered. Adrian opened it. Documents, photos, contracts, proof. "This can destroy them," Adrian said softly. "Or get us killed," Lena replied. He looked at her. "Both." As they stepped outside, headlights flared, guns raised. A familiar voice spoke. "You should have stayed a waitress." Lena froze. Her manager stepped forward, the man who scheduled her shifts, who smiled every night. Adrian's eyes darkened. "So it was you." The manager smirked. "We watched her for years, waiting." Lena's chest tightened. "You killed my father," she whispered. He shrugged. "He talked too much." Adrian stepped forward. "You won't leave here." The manager laughed. "You think power saves you?" Sirens wailed in the distance. Adrian smiled, cold. "I already won." Police flooded the street. The manager tried to run. Lena watched as he was tackled, screaming. Tears streamed down her face, not from fear, from release. Back at the warehouse, silence settled. Lena sat, exhausted. "Is it over?" she asked. Adrian shook his head. "No," he said. "Now it goes public." She looked up. "What happens to me?" Adrian's voice softened. "You decide." She studied him. "For the first time, I don't want to hide." He nodded. "Then neither will I." The press didn't wait for permission. By morning, the story was everywhere. Billion-dollar cover-up exposed. Illegal toxic dumping linked to major corporations. Whistleblower's daughter breaks years of silence. Lena stared at the screen, hands trembling. "That's me," she whispered. Adrian stood beside her, watching the chaos unfold with quiet focus. "Yes," he said, "and you're not alone anymore." The room buzzed with voices, cameras flashing like lightning. Lena stood behind the curtain, heart racing. "I can't do this," she whispered. Adrian turned to her. "You already did. You just didn't know the cameras were watching." She swallowed. "What if they twist it?" "They will," he admitted. "But truth survives longer than lies." He hesitated. "Say the word, and I cancel everything." She looked at him, at the man who once lived behind glass walls and now stood beside her, unguarded. "No," she said. "Let them hear it." Lena stepped forward. The noise faded. "My father was not an accident. He died because he refused to stay silent." Cameras clicked. "For years I was told to forget, to move on. But truth doesn't disappear just because it's buried." She took a breath. "I almost stayed silent again, but one moment changed everything." Her eyes met Adrian's, and someone listened. A reporter shouted, "Mr. Cole, why risk your empire for a waitress?" The room froze. Lena's chest tightened. Adrian stepped forward. "Because integrity doesn't have a job title, and courage doesn't ask permission." He turned to Lena. "She saved my life. The least I could do was help her save the truth." It came fast. Stocks fell, partners panicked, lawsuits flooded in. Adrian's board demanded answers. "You're destroying everything we built," one of them snapped. Adrian stood tall. "No," he said, "I'm rebuilding it." That night, Lena sat alone on the balcony of the safe house. The city felt different now, louder, closer. Adrian joined her. "This is where people usually leave when things get messy." She didn't look at him. "I don't belong in your world, not like this." He felt it, the wall. "I never asked you to," he replied. She finally turned. "But you're paying the price, because of me." "Because of truth," he corrected. Silence. "Still," she whispered, "you deserve someone who won't cost you everything." Adrian studied her face. "And you deserve someone who won't ask you to disappear." The next morning, Lena packed her bag. Adrian watched from the doorway. "So this is goodbye. For now, I need to stand on my own, without hiding behind your name." His chest tightened, but he nodded. "I'll be here, if you ever want to stop standing alone." She paused at the door. "Adrian?" "Yes." "Thank you for seeing me." He smiled faintly. "Always." She left, and for the first time in years, Adrian felt afraid.
Lena chose a city that didn't know her story. No headlines, no cameras, no billionaires. Just a small apartment with thin walls and a window that faced the sunrise. She found work at a community legal clinic, filing papers, organizing evidence, helping families who had no voice. It felt right, honest. For the first time, she wasn't running. She was building. Adrian watched her from a distance, not through cameras, not through reports, through absence. His empire survived, but it changed. Contracts were rewritten, old partnerships cut loose, enemies fell quiet, not defeated, but exposed. At night, he stood alone in rooms that felt too large. Power had always kept him company. Now, it echoed. 3 months later, a letter arrived at Lena's door. No return address, just a familiar handwriting. "Lena, I learned something after you left. Power is loud. Integrity is quiet. You were the quiet I needed to hear. I won't ask you to come back. I just wanted you to know. You changed me. Adrian." She read it twice, then once more. Her chest ached, not with regret,
but with something unfinished. A week later, her phone rang. Unknown number. She hesitated. "Hello?" "Lena," a familiar voice said. Her breath caught. "Adrian?" "I won't take long," he said. "I just wanted to tell you, the case is closed. Final convictions." She closed her eyes. "My father?" she whispered. "Justice," Adrian said, at last. Tears slipped down her cheeks. "Thank you." "No," he replied softly. "Thank you." Silence stretched. Neither wanted to be the one to end it. "I'm glad you're happy," he said finally. She swallowed. "I'm learning." That night, Lena found an envelope slipped under her door. Inside, an invitation. Foundation launch, Clean Earth Initiative. Chairman, Adrian Cole. At the bottom, handwritten, "Come as yourself." The hall was elegant, but different. No excess, no arrogance. Lena stood at the back, unseen. Adrian took the stage. "This foundation exists because one woman refused to stay silent, because she reminded me that power without conscience is just another form of violence." Applause filled the room. Lena's hands trembled. He wasn't hiding her. He was honoring her. After the speech, Adrian stepped down. Their eyes met across the room. No guards, no titles, just two people who had survived something together. He didn't move toward her. He waited, and that told her everything. Lena took a breath and walked to him. The room felt smaller when Lena reached him, not because of people, because of everything they hadn't said. Adrian didn't smile right away. He searched her face, as if making sure she was real, still here, still choosing this moment. "You came," he said softly. "I did," Lena replied, "but not because of the invitation." He nodded. "I hoped." They stood there, awkward and honest. No dramatic music, no rushing hearts, just truth. They stepped outside into the quiet garden behind the hall. Soft lights lined the path. The city hummed beyond the walls, distant and forgiving. "I was afraid you'd disappear," Adrian admitted. "I almost did, not from you, from myself." He stopped walking. "And now?" She met his eyes. "Now I know who I am, and I know I don't want to lose that, no matter who I'm with." Adrian's chest tightened. "I would never ask you to," he said. "I know," she replied. "That's why I'm here." Adrian took a breath. "I'm sorry," he said, "for pulling you into danger, for not protecting you sooner." She shook her head. "You didn't pull me," she said. "You stood beside me." Silence. Then, "I was scared of loving you," Adrian admitted, "because love is leverage." Lena smiled sadly. "And yet," she said, "you let me go." "That's how I knew," he said. "It was real." They sat on a bench beneath an old tree. "Do you know why I trusted you?" Lena asked. Adrian looked at her. "Because when you could have disappeared, you stayed. Not for me, for what was right." He exhaled. "And do you know why I waited?" he asked. She shook her head. "Because I didn't want you to choose me out of gratitude. I wanted you to choose me out of freedom." Her eyes softened. "Then hear this," she said gently. "I choose you, not because you saved me, but because you never tried to own me." His breath caught. He reached for her hand, but stopped. Permission. She closed the distance herself, their fingers intertwined, not desperate, not rushed, earned. "It's sad finally." "Yes, but finally." "I don't need promises," Lena said, "just honesty." "You'll always have that," Adrian replied. She smiled. "Then we'll figure out the rest." Adrian's phone buzzed. One final message from an unknown number. You think it's over. It isn't." Adrian's jaw tightened. Lena read it, and then she laughed softly. "They always say that," she said, "when they've already lost." He studied her, this woman who once served drinks and now stood unafraid. "You're not the same person who slipped me that note," he said. She smiled. "No," she said, "neither are you." They stood together as dawn crept into the sky. No vows, no headlines, just a quiet promise to face whatever came next, side by side.
Years later, the story would be told differently. Some said it was about a billionaire who escaped death. Others said it was about corruption brought to its knees. But the truth was simpler. It was about a woman who refused to stay silent. The Clean Earth Initiative became more than a headline. Factories were audited, laws rewritten, whistleblowers protected. Lena didn't work for the foundation. She worked with it. Independent, uncompromised. When people asked Adrian how it all started, he never spoke about the poison. He spoke about courage. They didn't rush into a fairy tale. They built something slower, stronger. Mornings by the lake, evenings filled with conversation, not fear, arguments that ended in understanding. Lena kept her work, her voice, her fire. Adrian learned how to listen, really listen. Power bent. Love didn't. One evening, as the sun dipped into gold, Lena found Adrian standing in the kitchen holding something folded. She smiled. "What is that?" He hesitated. A reminder. He opened his hand. The napkin, yellowed now, carefully preserved. "Don't drink it. Leave now." Her breath caught. "You kept it." "I built empires," Adrian said softly, "but this saved my soul." He looked at her. "I won't ask you to give anything up," he said. "Not your work, not your freedom, not yourself." She stepped closer. "I know. And if one day you choose a different path, I'll respect that too." She smiled. "That's why I choose you every day." The enemies faded, the threats dissolved. What remained was legacy, not of money, of integrity. Lena began speaking publicly, not as a victim, but as a voice. Young women listened, whistleblowers came forward, change followed. Adrian stood beside her, not in front, not behind, beside. One evening, Lena wrote something new on a napkin. She slid it across the table. Adrian read it. "Stay, build, live." He looked up. She smiled. And this time, he didn't need saving. Some lives are changed by power, some by love, some by a single moment of courage. This one was changed by a note.